Ian Garry joins us right now. Ian, thank you, man. Congratulations, brother. How you feel? Looking strong a few days after the fight.
I feel good. Yeah, I've had some food. To be fair, I don't cut a lot of weight. I do it right. I do it the best way possible. A little bit better than Danny Rodriguez does for sure. With no help of my own. Um, but no, I feel great. I feel happy. I'm excited. Um, I'm waking up super early in the mornings because I'm excited to get up and wake up and be like, okay, where are we going next? What are we doing? Like, what's the next plan? Where are we going? I don't like being stopped. I like to be active. I like to be like aggressive with everything that I do in life. And yeah, it's a challenge trying to slow down a little bit.
You know, Ian, a few days ago, you said to us, you said, look, I don't think this guy presents the biggest challenge that I've had because he's not somebody who's going to take me down. And I think I'm just better on my feet. And that's exactly what you showed. It took less than 3 minutes. You put him down with that kick, ground and pound, night over. Easier, harder? Was it exactly what you expected? Looking back, what'd you think?
Exactly what I expected. I think it was everything that I thought it was going to be. I believed that he wasn't going to be as fast as me, that my skill set was just too strong, and that the technical ability that I possessed was just going to be able to slice through him like butter. And that was inevitably what happened. I did it with ease and I barely broke a sweat. Um, and yeah, another fight where I've come out and barely got touched. So that's what matters to me. Um, but yeah, I surprise myself sometimes at how good I am. Do you know that it is nuts because I sit there all week and I say these things to you like I feel it, I know I'm gonna be better. And then I go out and I do it and I'm like, fuck me, I am just that good.
I mean, you look at you, you don't look like you have a mark. You don't have a scratch on you. You can't even tell you've been in a fight.
No, that's the way I always want it to be. If I look like I've been in a fight, I've done something wrong.
There's a problem then. Do you feel any pressure, Ian? I mean, with the tattoo, saying what you say, is there pressure like, hey, I better do what I said, otherwise people are really going to get on me?
No, because there's never any doubt in my mind that when I say I'm going to do something, that I won't go and do it. There's a lot of people in this world that are afraid to say what they want to say. They're afraid to say how they feel, or they're afraid to give away like to open up their heart to
Yeah,
people and tell them how they want to do things because they don't want to be judged. And
yeah.
I'm the opposite. I believe that the more I shout about what I'm going to do, the more I feel like I'm going to go and do it. And I
Right.
believe that he just ran. Sorry, my little boy just ran
No,
to the
that's
toilet at the beach, and he just ran down the opposite way to the stairs, and I watched him.
yeah. You
My wife just filmed
bring him on
up
the
and
inter
said,
bring him
"Oh,
into the
she's like, have
interview.
you seen it?" She walks and looks at me, and I'm like, "He's gone that way."
Well,
um,
go get him if you have to
but
go get your son. Go get your son.
yeah, no, he's good. He's good. He just went the
Okay.
other way. There's two ways to come in. Sorry about that.
All right, that's fine.
But yeah, I believe the more I shout and scream about things, the more it's going to attract it. The more
Yeah.
possibilities it has to happen because I'm telling everybody. And don't tell me that if I'm telling that and someone's hearing it. Example, don't tell me Danny didn't hear me say I'm going to knock him out with a high kick. Don't think that wasn't in his mind all camp. And to go out there and do exactly like I said I'm going to do, it's very, very satisfying.
And I think too, Ian, I think people are scared to say it because they're scared to fail, and then to be
Fuck failure.
embarrassed, right?
Fuck failure. So what if you went out there and said, I'm going to knock him out and I'm going to knock him out with a straight right hand? If you go out there and get your ass knocked out, it's a fight.
Right.
So what? So like,
Right.
do you
Shit
know what I mean?
happens.
Yeah, exactly. Well, it's a fight. I mean, especially you're going in there, especially now in the top 15.
Right.
You're going in there against literally the best guys on the planet. Guys from different corners of the world, different cultures, different backgrounds, different specialties, different shapes, different sizes, different, like every single person is grown up in a different way,
Yeah.
with a different family dynamic, with all these, like everything is completely different and each person is individual. Don't tell me that every single person who's in there doesn't want to win and hasn't got the capability of winning. Now you go out there and you've got one person who keeps everything quiet and doesn't let the world know what's going to happen. You've got another guy who's screaming and shouting about how good he is and how good he can be and what he can achieve and what he will achieve. And I believe that person has the most confidence, and that's where I believe I am. I have so much confidence because of my God-given talent and the skill that I possess and the hard work, that ethic that I have, that it's like, it's nearly ridiculous for me to not say it.
Could not
I
agree
would
more. And
feel
it's
like, yeah, did you get where I'm coming from? That I feel like
absolutely. And I think,
if I
don't you
didn't
think,
say
Ian?
what I said, I
Yeah.
would be lacking in confidence, is what I feel.
Right. And it's probably a good message, even if you're not a fighter, for anybody out there. You know, say what you want and go get it.
Look, there's always people in the world that are going to try and put you down and going to give you shit about what you're doing because it's their opinion, their opinion, their opinion. I couldn't give a fuck. I couldn't give a rat's about anybody else's opinion, what I'm going to do in my life,
Right.
with my days, with my hours, like the time that only I can really judge what I want to do. So why would I let anyone else influence that? So go out there and do it. Go out there and get it. And so what if it takes you 10 years to get what you want? Go out and get it. And when you get it, enjoy it, have fun, and then set yourself a new goal.
The thing that you wanted, at least the short-term goal, Ian, was to be ranked. And do you expect
Yeah.
to be number 15 tomorrow when the rankings come out on Tuesday? Is that
Fuck
the
yeah.
expectation?
I better be. You knock 15 out, you take 15. That's it.
Absolutely.
If I'm not, then there would be a fucking call being
Well, I
made to
was
the
thinking maybe
UFC
higher. Could you be
or
ranked
whoever makes
higher?
it.
I was thinking maybe
I could be.
higher than 15.
I don't know. I highly doubt it. I think there's something for me symbolic about being number 15. I knocked out number 15.
Yeah.
Let me take number 15. Let me earn my way up that. Don't make me jump anybody or any number or anything. Let me take that number. And then what, like for example, I called out Neil Magny. Neil Magny right now is number 11.
Yeah.
Then let me go take 11 because I'm quite clearly beating that guy. I'm going to knock him out, sub him, whatever it is he wants me to do to him. I'll do it. And then I'll take his spot. I don't want to jump any spot. I want that spot. I want the spot of the person I'm beating because that's what I believe. You beat that person, you take their number, you move forward.
It sounds like you're content with going about this in a very methodical way. You're not trying to say, "Hey, give me a title shot right now," right? You're only 25 years old. I mean, you're a baby
Yes,
in this
sir.
sport, right? A
Yes,
baby.
sir. That's why I've got, look, I have got a plan, and the plan isn't for anybody else. It's for me. It's my plan, and it's the way that I believe I will have the most success in this organization, in this career, and in this life that I've chosen. When
Is
you
there
look
a
at every single
timetable?
champion in the division, when you look at every single champion in the division, they are all early to mid 30s
Yep.
because that is when the peak of your athleticism comes through.
Right.
Also, the time and experience you
Right.
spent
With
in
the
the game.
experience, it's like like that those diagrams, whatever the hell you call them.
It's the
Right?
the little Venn diagram,
Yeah, the
whatever it
Venn
is, the little
diagram. There you
perfect,
go.
yeah. It's the perfect combination of experience and just maturity. Your body is stronger. Your body is working at its absolute prime peak condition to go in. Now, that's not to say that there hasn't been anomalies of people like John Jones doing it younger and people like Glover Teixeira doing it older, right? But when you look at all the champions at the moment, they're all around the same bracket of age. Now, for me, as a 25-year-old who has just broken through to the top 15, knocked out number 15 in the world, there is still 15 guys ahead of me,
Yeah.
14 contenders and the champion. So why would I rush to go and get a title shot in 2 or 3 more fights when I could take 5 to 6 more fights and earn every ounce of respect from every fan, from every media outlet, from every person within the organization? Fight every style, fight in different corners of the earth, fight in Brazil, fight in Ireland, fight in Russia, fight in Saudi, fight in wherever they want to take me.
Yeah.
Fight and travel and give my team, my family, the people that I surround myself with this adventure of travel and freedom alongside becoming one of the best in the world and growing that skill set. 2 things I'm excited for this year is I'm going to Brazil on Sunday and I'm going to go and see my wife's side of the family, but I'm also going to do a hell of a lot of jiu-jitsu in Brazil. I'm excited then towards the end of the year. I spoke to Eugene Behrman this week and I spoke to Adesanya as well.
Wow.
I'm excited to go down to New Zealand and train at City Kickboxing and learn from the best of the best. Don't tell me that if I'm training with Adesanya that I can't pick up on 1 or 2 little details that are going to help elevate my game. And it's those things of traveling and learning and growing and becoming better is inevitably more important to me right now than hunting for the title right now. Because when I decide to make that title run, I'm going to succeed and nobody's going to be able to take me off that throne.
And I think that's a great point too, Ian, because you know how it is when guys have a lot of hype behind them, like you, they'll you have a segment of fans who will say, "Oh, it's the UFC who's pushing that guy," and they don't deserve it. If you fight 5 or 6 more times before you fight for a title, I mean, nobody can say a single word.
What? No, they can't. And the thing is, if I was to fight five more times and do the 6 fight plan I've had, right? I'll have beaten 2 top 15 guys, 2 top 10 guys, 2 top 5 guys. How on earth can anybody argue that if I beat 6 of the top 15 and I'm one of them included, so that's 7 guys that I've beat that are out of the top 15, that I don't deserve a title shot? How can you say that? You can't.
Yeah.
That's what I want. I want there to be no argument. I want no one to be able to sit down and say anything negative about my career other than this kid is a fucking superstar and he keeps knocking out my favorite fighters.
Ian, do you care about the undefeated, the zero, the O? I know you don't want to lose, but is that something that's important to you? Obviously, not something we really see in this sport outside of Habib. Important?
For sure. To be able to sit there and say no one ever cracked the code,
Yeah.
to be able to sit there and say no one was able to decipher the game that I bring to the table, absolutely 100%. And we've seen it with Khabib. And look, John Jones is in the feet as well.
Yes.
I don't care about
Absolutely.
obviously he's got the one because of a
Right.
illegal elbow. It's fucking
Right.
ridiculous. But
Ridiculous.
he's still ridiculous. But he's still undefeated.
Yeah.
And nobody has found the keys to decipher those guys inside the octagon. And we've seen people come close to John and
Yeah.
push it to the decision, but inevitably he's always got the win, and that's what matters. When he needs to turn it on, he turns it on the later rounds, the rounds that really matter, and he steals the fights. And I believe that for a young man like me who has aspirations and goals to be one of the greatest of all time, you can take 2 outlooks on what career path I can have. I can have the path of Khabib and John Jones and be one of those absolute outliers in the sport that never lost, was never able to be cracked. Or you can be the GSP, or you can be the Anderson Silva, and you can be the guy that ends up losing and comes back and shows the world that I am just better than that person. And that was just, look, I would much rather have the O beside my name until I retire. I would much rather have that, because that for me is something so special. I've got it for this long. I don't plan on losing it. And I don't see anybody really that I'm worried about when I look, especially in the top like 10 to 15. I don't see anybody that can take that.
You mentioned
Actually, that's a lie. Sorry,
Yeah.
is a lie. That is a lie. There was one guy in between 10 and 15 that I absolutely am looking forward to one day sharing the octagon with, because he's a fucking stud, and that is Della Maddalena. That fight will happen, I believe, one time when me or him are literally reaching the peaks of our career.
Yeah.
I believe that me and him will end up basically having the fight for either #1 contender spot, or one of us will have the belt. But he is
He's that
he
good.
is a phenomenal talent. Yeah, I think he's awesome. I think what the success we've seen him have in the cage has been ridiculous. And I believe he is absolutely that good. And that fight will absolutely be one where I have to be on it every second of every round.
You mentioned Neil Magny's name in the octagon.
Yeah.
I believe Neil has a fight this summer. Is he still the guy that you're looking at, Ian? Have you heard from the UFC about that matchup? And is that the guy you want as we sit here and talk right now?
Yeah, he's still the guy I want for so many reasons. Firstly, I believe that everybody knows who Magny is. Everybody knows how game a fighter Magny is. They know the skill set he has, and the guys that he's tested himself against. I mean, when you look at his last 3 or 4 opponents, he's fought Gilbert, he's fought Shavkat, he's fought D-Rod. There's another couple of names in there, but like, he's fought the best of the best. And yeah, okay, fair enough. He might not have the best record.
Yeah.
But if you go in there against Neil Magny and you're not who you think you are, or you're not the guy that everyone believes you to be, you'll get found out. So if there's a guy in the division before you enter that top 10 that you want to test yourself against and see if you're legit, it's Neil Magny. Now, I know I'm legit. I know what I can do to that guy. But it's not about me. It's about the fans. I want to prove it to the fans. I want to prove it to the organization, to the UFC, that I did that to Neil Magny. I was the first guy to ever knock out D-Rod, and I did it with
Yeah.
fucking ease. And now I go out here and I absolutely smoke Neil Magny in every single asset of the game. If he wants to get dirty and bring it in close and clinch and throw knees and crack some elbows, okay, let's see who's better. Let's see who's got better eyes, better defense, better attacking skills. Me. Let's see who's better out in the open on the feet. Me. I'm far too quick, far too elusive for his slow ass to catch. And there's no way he's going to be able to out-grapple me if it hits the deck. So bring it on. Let me prove. Let you be the sacrificial lamb that will let Ian Garry go out and prove to the world how good he is.
Are you content, Ian, to waiting until the end of the year if you have to, or are you trying to? Might you be able to jump in and get that Magny fight that he had for this summer? I think with all respect to the guy Neil was supposed to fight, I think you and Neil probably a bigger fight.
I don't know if that contract between him and Phil Rowe is signed. Yeah. If it is, then okay. If it's not and it's just rumored, then maybe I'll slide in. But I believe that regardless, win or lose, I still think I want Magny because he's not going to drop out of the rankings, and I'll still have that guy between. He might move down to 12 or 13. I'll still have that guy who's going to be ranked in that top 15 that I want to fight. But in the ideal world, he goes out there, he wins the fight, gets his hand raised, he says, Ian Garry called me out, I want all that smoke, and I go out there and I prove how good I am.
I know you've talked to us about this in the past, and I'm sure every single person that interviews you asks you about Conor McGregor. How cool again, though, Ian, to see those tweets from Conor, and you can just tell how much he respects you. And I mean, as the biggest star the sport's ever seen, it's got to be pretty amazing. Look,
I'm like a kid in a candy store when I see that guy put stuff on Twitter, and he's also fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he is.
Like the shot caller club is absolute money. Like the shot caller club has a new entry, Ian the future Garry, hashtag not a scratch. It's absolutely genius. Like he's a superstar, and if I could have any amount of success that he had, I would be proud. And truth is, I seen a stat the other day comparing me and Conor at the ages of 25, and it's fucking nuts to see it side by side. When Conor was 25, he was 14-2 in MMA. I'm 12-0. Conor was 2-0 in the UFC. I'm 5-0 in the UFC. And both of us obviously held Cage Warriors world titles. And it's like, even just think and look at this, look at the numbers and the stats that are right there at the same age. It's absolutely barbaric to think that, in essence, I'm ahead of where he was.
Yeah.
It's
Look
nuts
what he accomplished.
because bro, everything that he accomplished. If I could sit here and talk about it all day. I'm a super fan. I'm the biggest fan in the world of Conor. Hence why I'm here today. And I'm just grateful to be able to be following in my own footsteps and making my own path in this game. And yeah, it's awesome. I look forward to sharing the card with him one day, and that will be a dream come true for me.
I'll let you go on this one, Ian. Today, I would imagine, is probably going to be the last day of your career where you're not ranked. What's right? I mean, that's pretty cool.
For life.
Right.
For life.
Honestly. Until you walk away.
Until my ass retires as a champion, I'm going to be ranked for the rest of my life.
Right. So today's the last day. We're sitting here talking on Monday. People may hear this on Tuesday, but what's the message to the rest of the division now, as you are about to enter the top 15?
I don't think I have any direct message to give to the division. They all know. They've all seen it. Just be ready.
Ian Garry, thank you so much, brother. Congratulations. You did exactly what you said you were going to do. We cannot wait to watch you get back in there again, brother.
Thank you so much. Appreciate the time. And I look forward to whenever it is we get to go and dance next.